Yes lads, Bailey here. So today I've got a 4-3-3 bracket 4 formation review. I've been using this formation a bit more recently instead of the 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-2-2 or 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. This formation's, it's a bit different to the 4-2-3-1. Obviously you have two more advanced centre mids and then a right wing and a left wing. But it's very similar as well because these two centre mids end up playing more like holding. The cam obviously still is a bit further up the pitch than obviously the two centre mids, but again it's deeper than the wide players. There's a lot more emphasis on the effectiveness of these wide players. But yeah, I have Rashford on the left wing. He's played 743 games for me now. Obviously not great goal contribution and assist, but I just find he's a very effective card. Even if he isn't getting the assists in the games or maybe all the goals, he's still contributing. Eusebio as well, since I got him in, he's been a very good player. A couple of them obviously rage quits and disconnects, so it doesn't reflect truly, but like the true reflection on his game like contribution ratio, I'd say he's probably contributed at least one goal a game. And then I've got R9 obviously up top, just so good for me, so good, best striker I've used all year. And then cam, I've got this lone Neymar, two centre mids, Hullet, Vieira, right back this Doherty, and left back Eder Militao. Very lucky to get this Eder Militao, actually, very good card. My plan is hopefully end up moving him to a right back and getting someone like Ferland, Mendy or something team of the season there. Two centre backs, still rocking Rio Ferdinand, David Luiz, and this Edison in goal. I've had a very good goalkeeper. He's very quick, which means with the goalkeeper movements, even if you go the wrong way by accident, he'll still recover and make up for it. Very solid actually. Yeah, I'll get into the custom tactics now. This is the ultra defensive one. I'd use this if you either want to play like a bit like Dick, or if you want to see out the win against someone in like the 85th, 90th minute, whatever. Drop back the width and depth, you can see here, long ball, just so you don't have your team all going up at once, so it's more, I'd say it's more structured, the movement upwards, instead of balanced where it can be a bit more free flowing. These are the instructions I have on the players on this one. It's basically just playing a bit like a prick, very defensive. Yeah, obviously stay back on the full-backs. I don't really use that one very often. If I'm going to be playing more defensive, I'll use this one. Drop back, depth 3. I find this one very effective if you just want to either see how your opponent is, if you have a feeling he's going to be better than you, or if you're like, I don't know, winning 2-0 and you just don't really want to concede, but also still want to pose a threat on the attack, if that makes sense. Corners I like to have on 4, because then if you see on 3, you get that, obviously you get the extra player in the box, but that, for me, that tends to be either David Luiz or Rio Ferdinand in the box, and they're both very good in the air, so it just gives me an extra threat in the box. And then free kicks too, I don't really cross it for free kicks, either play it short or just shoot. For instructions, I just have to get into the box on both my wide players. R9 getting behind, stay forward. The cam, I have him come back just because I still want him to be able to be the extra man in defence, because you will find if you just have these two centre mids, you can get a bit exposed. I found that especially when I noticed that, especially even in the 4-2-2 bracket 2, which I'll be doing a review on soon. Without a cam, or even like the striker, without him dropping back a bit, the two centre mids are a bit more exposed. I mean, when I got someone like Hullet and Vieira, it doesn't matter as much, but you might be someone like when I had team of the season Fernandinho instead of Vieira, I noticed that a lot more. So I'd definitely have come back on your cam, but you can do balanced as well. They both work pretty much the same. And then get into the box, obviously, because you still want them to be that threat. Neymar's not actually that bad in the air this team this season. And then obviously stay back, cover centre on both centre mids, and then stay back on the full-backs. Balanced, I actually enjoy using this one from the get-go. Press on heavy touch, just a very a lot more attacking. yeah, the press on heavy touch I find very effective. I prefer that to press after possession loss. But yeah, as I was saying, I basically just prefer the press on heavy touch because I find it more structured, and the players, I don't feel like when I have it on press after possession loss, players just go flying up the pitch, both my fullbacks, stuff like that. So I just prefer this. The depth, obviously, still don't want it too high to where the point you're going to get exposed, but not as low as, say, you're from drop back. Balance, I feel like balance is the favourite one because it allows so much fluidity in your play as well. Because one minute if you want to do fast build up, you can do it with balance, but if you just want to play, like, calm the tempo down, you can also do it with balance. So I do enjoy that. And then for ultra attacking, constant pressure. If I just need to go for a win, most of the time I'll even go to a 3 at the back, but this is just if you want to keep the 4-3-3-4. Constant press, high depth, higher width, fast build up, a load of players in the box. You just want to swarm your opponent. Everyone kind of knows how to play. If you want to just go for a win, just got to go for it, really, haven't you? Player instructions: stay forward, get in the box, get behind, stay forward, get in the box, stay forward, get in the box, get into the box, get in the box. Balance, so your fullbacks actually join the attack. I'm not sure if I actually showed the instructions for the attacking one. I have get into the box on both my wide players, getting behind, stay forward. That's when I have the basic defensive support and get into the box. And on this I have Rude Hill on get into the box, just because, you know, he's such a good threat in the air, but also if the ball falls to him he can bang it in, whereas Vieira, it's a bit different. He's a good threat in the air, but he doesn't have the same effectiveness with, like, banging in shots. Both my fullbacks and stay back still. And I'll jump in some alternative players because I know obviously this is a very expensive squad and not everyone might be able to afford it, so I'll jump into some alternatives now. So yeah, these are just some alternatives I thought people might be interested in. You know, it's obviously not got the chemistry and etc, but these are just some suggestions on players who work in this sort of system. For example, Leroy Sané, fairly tall winger as well. I mean, he obviously hasn't got the best jumping, but nor does Rashford. Very fast player, very agile. That's pretty much what you need from your wide players. But then also you've got Mahrez for the skills, you know, 5-star skills for the El Tornadoes or whatever. Son, everyone knows how good he is. You even have his team of the season if you can afford it. But I believe whenever I've played against this guy, it's been fucking fantastic. Bernardo Silva, everyone knows. Well, not everyone knows, but I certainly know how good of a card this is. Pogba is, I'd say, one of the closest cards you can get to Rude Hullet. Like a gold card where you can get to Rude Hullet, who isn't Rude Hullet, if that makes sense. This Wijnaldum's a very solid card as well. It reminds me a bit, like, I don't want to say Kante because Kante's on another level in this game, but very well-rounded card, I'd say. Look at, as you can see there, he's got very good shooting stats, but also solid defending, and also he's got 95 jumping, which isn't too bad. And then the defence, you know, Van Dijk. That's one card I want for my defence. He's so good in the air. The Wan-Bissaka I really want to use. I feel like it'd be a solid card, but also you've got Kyle Walker, other alternatives at right back, João Cancelo, De Gea, an alternative to Ederson. Goalkeepers, it's all down to preference, really. I mean, they're all pretty bad in their own ways, but it's just about pot luck, really, and goalkeeper movement, etc, etc. Ramos, very solid centre back, you know, 93 jumping. Pretty much what you want from your defence is either them to be good in the air or someone like good in the air, like someone with really good jumping, or someone like Van Dijk. I know he has really good jumping as it is, but he's 6'4". Anyone who's 6'4" is going to be able to win headers in the air effectively. But yeah, they're just some alternatives. Hopefully I'll have another formation review, the 4-4-2 bracket 2, out soon. I actually really enjoyed that formation, using it. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like, comment any video suggestions you want, and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you then.